to this training workshop series on Eclipse Arrowhead framework. In this video, we will focus on the security features of Arrowhead framework. Certificates are crucial for secure communication and data exchange within the framework. We will discuss why they are needed and how they contribute to the overall security. We will also explore the different type of certificates used in Arrowhead framework, such as master, cloud, and client certificates. Understanding these types is essential for effective certificate management. To round off the video, we will go through the steps for generating certificates. This will include how to store certificates to maintain a secure environment. In the certificates of for Arrowhead framework and how they are generated uh, by going onto the Eclipse Arrowhead framework website, and there we can go to the Git repository for the Eclipse Arrowhead framework. And inside there we can see the Core Java Spring repository, and here we will go down to the wiki pages, and when you can see that there is a certificate overview over here where we have all the information regarding the master, cloud, and the client certificates, how they are named, and what are the rules to generate them. So I'll go through this one by one. So Arrowhead Framework security is relying on SSL certificate trust chains. To Arrowhead, trust chain consists of three levels. Master certificate, which has the naming convention of arrowhead.eu, the cloud certificate, which is the mycloud.mycompany.arrowhead.eu, where my cloud can be any name and my company can be also be any name for the company as well. And then the third one is the client certificate, where the naming convention is myclient.mycloud.mycompany.arrowhead.eu. The certificate naming conventions have strict rules. The different parts are defined by dots, therefore parts are not allowed to contain any of them. The single part is allowed to contain maximum 63 characters of letters, English alphabets, numbers, and dashes, and has to start with the letter, also cannot end with the dash. A cloud certificate name has to consist of four parts, and the last two parts has to be Arrowhead and EU. Similarly, the client certificate has to have Arrowhead.eu as the last two parts and can contain five parts in total. The trust chain is created by issuing the cloud certificate from the master certificate and the client certificate from the cloud certificate. In other words, the cloud certificate is signed by master certificate private key and the client certificate is signed by the cloud certificate's private key, which makes the whole chain trustworthy. Then we also generate the trust store and key store certificates and the system operator certificate. The system operator certificate is a special client certificate with naming convention of sysop.mycloud.mycompany.arrowhead.eu. Sysop certificates allow the client to use the management endpoints of the Arrowhead core systems. Typical usage of sysop certificate is by the front-end applications running in the web browser. For example, if you want to access the Swagger or use the management tool in secure mode. So now I will go over the generation process for the certificates. So there are three tools basically provided to generate the certificates for the Arrowhead framework. The first one is graphical user interface tool, uh, which is provided by the AITIA International Incorporation. Um, and then there is a scripting tool as well, and also the manual method. So let's go through the manual method first, and then we will go through the graphical user interface tool as well. So to generate the first we need to generate the cloud certificate from the master certificate. So for the master certificate, if we go back and go to the certificates folder, here we can download the master.p12 certificate, which will be used to generate any cloud certificate used by the Arrowhead framework. So then we go back again to wiki pages. and certificate creation. And let's go over the steps to generate the cloud certificate. So here's a complete list of steps for the generation of the cloud certificate. So first of all, we need to use a Keystore Explorer or Keystore Explorer application tool, which is free graphical user interface tool for managing certificates. So I have downloaded it, and I can show how it. So here is the Keystore Explorer, and then we open the master certificate for the Keystore, just like here. Or we can just drag and drop the P12 master certificate here, and the password for all Arrowhead certificates is set to be, I can show here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So now we see that we got the arrowhead.eu master certificate, and then we can follow the steps given over here to generate the cloud certificate. The only thing which we need to take care is that validity period we usually give 10 years, and then we need to assign the common name for the cloud and the company. So as I explained earlier, the first the name of the cloud can be anything. It can be test cloud one to factory cloud, any name you can give to the cloud, and then usually the company name. Just like here, we can put LTU or any name for the company. And then the last two are the strict rules, which are .arrowhead.eu. Then similarly, we go through all these steps, and so we exactly follow the same steps. And again, we always give the password 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and finally we get the cloud certificate and save it to the folder. So it's like if I have my certificate. If we go to the this factory cloud, here I have the factory.p12 certificate generated from the master certificate, master.p12. So this will be generated as a cloud certificate. Then once we have the cloud certificate, now we can generate all the client certificates for the all the core systems and also for the application systems. So for that we have this guide with all the steps. So we import now we don't need the master certificate, but we need the cloud certificate .p12 to import it into the tool, and then we go over again all these steps. Again, it's very similar to the previous steps. Only thing is that here now we have the name of the client system as well. Like if it's a service registry, then it's a service registry dot. If the factory cloud name is factory, then factory. Then company is, if it is district heating, then it's district heating dot arrowhead dot eu. So it will be something like this: service registry dot factory dot district heating dot arrowhead dot eu. and then we follow all the steps. And here, the additional step is we need to now give the IP address. So for the client system, so the first one is the DNS name is localhost. Then we have the IP address as 127.0.0.1, which is also for the local host. And then we can, if we want to have the core systems running on one machine with the static IP and the client system, or some of the core systems on one machine and the other ones on the uh, a different IP with different IP address, then need to give those static IP addresses as well over here as canonical names. So there we can add the localhost 127.0.0.1 and the static IP address of that machine where it's the client system is being run. Then we follow the rest of the steps similarly over here, and then the name for the client system. The password is again 123.123.456, and we finally save the certificate. So it will be saved like my client.p12. I can show here if we open any kind of client certificate. So the authorization.p12, data manager.p12, gatekeeper, gateway, heat provider, service registry, relay master, orchestrator. They are all the client certificates. So if I open, let's say the service registry certificate .p12, if I open it with the key store explorer, put the password 123.456, we see it's over here. And if I check view details chain, we see that it's the service history.factory.district.heating.error.tu is this is the canonical name for the certificate, and it belongs to the factory cloud, and which belongs to the Arrowhead.eu master cloud. Then the third is the trust store certificate. We also need to generate the trust store certificate .p12, and here are the steps to generate that. And then we have the trust store.p12. So we also and finally we can also generate the sysop certificate similarly as a client certificate by just naming it as a sysop. So I will now show that where these certificates. So we have these certificates over here, which are saved in a folder, and now we can go to a demo local cloud, and I can show you that how where to save each and every certificate in that local cloud. So let's say we have this Arrowhead 4.6.1. So if we go Uh, no. So we go to the each and every core system which we are using. Let's say if we're using authorization core system, we go to the authorization core system, and we go to the source, then main, then resources, and then certificates. And here we save the authorization P12 and truststore.p12 certificates, which we need for running this core system. Similarly, we follow the step for each and every client system as well. Uh, so the first step to generate any local cloud and also the application systems, we need certificates to run it. Then we also see there is a tool which is which generate this. This was the manual method to do that, but there is also a graphical uh, tool by AITIA to generate the certificates. You can download the tool from here. I have it already downloaded, so it generates all the certificates for you without you to do that manually. So here is this is the tool. After I have already installed it, so you can see that here are the options to generate the certificate. So the first step is to generate the cloud certificate from an existing master certificate. So we, let's say, have this master certificate .p12 and we open it up. And then, as I said, that the password for all the certificates is 12345 6. And the nice thing about this tool is that you verify each and every step, and if there is an error or something is wrong, it shows you. Otherwise, it shows that if it's verified with the green color. The next step is now you can generate the certificates for all the core systems you need. So let's say we need for service registry, authorization, and orchestrator, these three systems, core systems, we need certificates. Then we put the cloud name. Let's say it's the demo cloud, and the operator or the company name is, let's say it's LTU. And here we put the password 12345 6. The time we put, let's say 10 years. And then it shows us the options to what kind of certificates are to generate certificates for the management tool, generate test store, which we needed to do that manually before, and set localhost as the default subject alternative name. So every certificate, everyone will have its the local cloud as well for the default subject alternative name, and then we go to the next step. So now we see that it is generating certificates for the service registry, authorization, and orchestrator, these three core systems. And the DNS is localhost. When we go down, we see that it's also doing the subject alternative as 127.0.0.1. We can, just like for the manual method, we can also add the IP address of the static IP address of the machine where we are running the this application system or the core system. So let's say I have IP address for my machine. The IP address is something like this 130, and I will add it over here. So similarly for all of them, we will add the static IP address as well. This way, uh, we can make sure that we can run application systems and the core systems on different machines, and they can still talk to each other. They get to know where a certain application system or the core system is being run. So it's service registry, orchestrator, and okay, I did some mistake over here. So now we have all of them. We go to the next step. So then we select the output location. Let's say we create, okay, we will do it over here and then open, and then so it will be saved in the certificates dash main dash 2 folder. And now that's done. We see the green button, all steps are done. And now if we open the folder, we see the certificates are generated over here. In this folder, demo.ltu. So we see that we have authorization.p12, service registry.p12, demo, this is a cloud certificate, and we also have the sysop.p12 and trustor.p12 uh, automatically done for us. That's it. Thank you very much.